On Sunday evening in Kočani's town center, people came to light candles to honor those lost in the nightclub fire less than 24 hours before. Surrounded by an eerie silence, hundreds queued to pay their respects. It is an enormous tragedy to take in for a city of only 30,000 people. These exclusive videos obtained by CGTN from a first responder witness show the inferno that engulfed the club, as well as the rescue efforts that followed. Victims carried out of the club were checked for signs of life.
There weren't enough emergency vehicles, and people in their personal cars took some of the victims to the hospitals. There was chaos in the street. Some people were heading to the hospitals, and others were coming to find their loved ones. The young people were in a panic, and the parents were crying and screaming.
Authorities say the fire was sparked by pyrotechnics used by the band performing on stage, first setting fire to a small area of the ceiling before spreading through the entire club. There was only one entry and exit point for the entire club, which triggered further panic, and they crushed at the door as the hundreds trapped inside struggled to flee. Here is drone footage of the club taken later in the morning. Many cars of the concert goers still there. Shaken relatives arrived on the scene in search of their loved ones, like this father of a 23-year-old Petar who survived the worst and is now hospitalized.
His hands are covered in burns, his head as well, and he says he's having difficulty breathing. He was taken to the nearest hospital by people who came to help. He was then sent to the hospital in Skopje. His friend called me in the middle of the night to tell me what happened.
Some of the injured in this tragedy are scheduled to be taken to the specialized military hospitals in neighboring countries. Most of the victims suffered deep burns. Among those killed was a vocalist in the band that was performing, and at least 15 people were detained for questioning, and others are under investigation, as officials here investigate possible bribery and corruption that allowed for such a tragedy here to take place. Aljoša Milenković, CGTN, Kočani in North Macedonia.